Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. Welcome to Tea on Thursdays. We have a very packed show today. No guests, but fear not. We got a shitload of tea. So with that being said, let's get into it. So Kenya Moore from The Real Housewives of Atlanta is freshly eliminated from Dancing with the Stars. And she killed it every week. This past week, Kenya went live on her Instagram to connect with her followers while answering questions from followers. Kenya confirmed her return to Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kenya also stated that she is currently in limbo with her divorce from Mark. Take a look.
Am I still on RHOA? Yeah, I'm filming now. That's why I'm in Atlanta. I told you guys I was coming back. I told you not to listen to those people who talk. If you don't hear from me, don't believe it. So yes, I am on the new season. I am a housewife. Are you still able to communicate with Brooklyn's dad? Yeah, we communicate. I mean, you know, we're going through a divorce, so there isn't a whole lot of communication. I just wanted to settle. I don't want to go through a divorce. I just want to be able to say, okay, this is what it is. Let's sign off and do the paperwork ourselves, come to an agreement, and then submit it to court. I don't know why we have to go to court when the main issue that I went to court for has been settled, and that's the custody of Brooklyn. That's all settled. So now that we're going through a divorce, and that's one piece of a divorce when you have kids, why are we not just communicating what we want? I don't want anything from you. I don't want anything from Mark. I wish him well. He will always be in my life because he is my family. He's Brooklyn's dad. He's my ex-husband. He will be. And so I just wish we would get to a place where I can just even understand, like, why. I don't even understand why he's not signing off on the divorce. So yeah, just keep praying for me and really pray for Mark, for his peace and his, you know, if he has issues with me, if he can, let those go, because I was a good wife to him. And I think I'll be a great wife to someone else one day too. So that's where I am with that.
Also, Kenya spoke on her relationship with Nene and stated that she and Nene are in an okay space and that she is respecting that Nene is going through a difficult time. Take a look.
Are you Nene make friends? I wouldn't say that we're friends. I would just say we're not in a bad place. She appreciated me supporting Greg and being at his repass, and acknowledged that she didn't have time to really speak. But you know, I'm just over beefing with people. You know, I just think that you have to in your life just be able to move on and wish people well if they're not really for you. Or sometimes you just don't know what other people are going through, but you have to have a forgiving heart. And I think that I have a forgiving heart. At least I know, not think I know I do. Yeah, so, you know, I hope in the future that we can get to a point of being friends, but right now, you know, she's going through something and I'm going to respect her space and where she is and all that. So that's where we are.
I love Kenya, and I wish her nothing but the best. Team Twirl. Dancing with the Stars comes on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on ABC. Continually speaking of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Marlo finally gets a peach. Can't wait to hear her tagline. Also, Sheree Whitfield and her fine-ass son is going to be returning. I'm excited to see more of her home. Yes, God. Also, Portia Williams will not be returning to The Real Housewives of Atlanta, as I've said in a previous show. However, she has her own spin-off show, and the trailer just came out called Portia's Family Matters, and it's looking real messy. So I'll definitely be watching, and I'll definitely be reporting. So Floyd Mayweather was in the news this week after a man at a basketball arena had asked for Floyd to take a picture with him. Floyd loudly stated in this video that he wasn't taking pictures with any man wearing painted nails. Take a look.
You got painted nails. You can't. Come on. Take a picture with a guy with no painted nails.
Back up. Hey. Yeah, bro. Floyd's a homophobe. You guys saw that first, bro. Floyd doesn't want to take a photo of me because my nails are painted.
Now, I really do find this funny because Jason Lee says the same thing. I feel like they be using the same language, you know, because they're hiding their relationship, allegedly, darling. And they're hiding the fact that Floyd is the bottom to Jason. But all of these things are alleged. I can't even. Why is it that men feel because you wear nail polish that makes you less of a man, or it even makes you gay? Like, you got Little Yachty out here doing it. You have Bad Bunny out here doing it. You have all of these artists. You have men who go to the salon to get clear polish, right? Clear. Polish is freaking polish, right? It's all about self-expression, right? Just like you like to sport your, you know, Fendi outfits, or just like I'm wearing this Halloween costumes and all of the gems are dripping as I'm talking. But what's up with that? What's up with you straight men? Like, you guys need to calm down. Calm down. This story right here is rough and is definitely all over the place. Alec Baldwin was in this news this week after he fatally shot Helena Hutchins, the chief cinematographer, and injured another crew member on a movie set. How, Sway? According to reports, Alec was handed a prop gun which was real, and when he pulled the trigger, it was full of live ammunition. Alec reportedly stated, "Why would you hand me a hot gun?" This comes after reports that state many people walked off the set protesting safety conditions and pay. Also, reports are saying that the assistant director who handed the gun to Alec was previously fired from a previous movie set that she had worked on with Mel Gibson due to negligence. Helena's father is definitely standing with Alex, and he understands that it definitely wasn't his fault. Definitely sending prayers to this family because every other day there's some new developments in this story. Today, the news was saying that nobody is safe from charges. They are definitely making sure that they go ahead and review all of the evidence. They had found a bunch of live ammunition unsecured on the scene. It was stated that also that they were playing target practice on the set. That sounds like some real white American shit. Like, where is the professionalism? Okay, and in the story about this director that was previously fired from working with the Mel Gibson movie, allegedly, she had shot a gun on set, and I guess Mel Gibson was just like completely over her and was like, do us a favor and let us know when you're going to shoot live ammunition, like give us a heads up. And he angrily walked off the set. So I completely understand safety and guns is a crazy important thing. So with that being said, keep it safe, y'all. There are standards. There are things in place to have these things prevented. So get it together, Hollywood. Definitely praying for all the families involved in this story because it's a hot mess. Hey, everyone. We still got so much more show for you. When we come back, we will be getting into the Bachelorette review. Okay. And also, after that, we will be really going deep into the story between Lil Nas X versus Boosie versus the father versus the brother. You get the point. So, be right back. So, the first group date with the guys was in the classroom setting. Peter, super freaking cringe on the first group date. Like, he was just a huge attention seeker. I don't like to call anyone extra because I'm extra as fuck, but he was clearly doing the most. Excuse me. Even the kids couldn't stand him. The other guys clearly didn't like him either. The guys were asked to spell the word narcissism, and Will had written Peter's name. Clearly, Peter was freaked out. He was not having it. So during the evening private dates, Peter decides to pull Will outside and asked why he called him a narcissist. Things escalated quickly, and it clearly got very, very loud. Peter finally gets his one-on-one with Michelle and mentions how he heard what happened. Peter cried about it being inappropriate, and Michelle gave it to him as his communication skills is lacking. Grow up, like, for real. So Brandon gets the group rose first date, like the group date first rose, whatever that is. And Jamie gets the one-on-one, and he goes into the spiel about the guys, he goes on a spiel to the guys about him living life on the edge and how, you know, he needs to make sure that Michelle is good for him, etc., etc. So pretty much at the date, a much different Jamie appeared. They went rock climbing and they seemed to hit it off very well. So the second group date went wonderfully, simply because the guys were playing basketball. Joe was, just gave me all of the feels. And of course, there was mad chemistry. I'm getting the chills just talking about it. I love watching them play basketball, clearly. The guys eventually played a 5-on-5 game, and the winners won extra time, and the losers go home. So pretty much the winners got extra time with Michelle, and I was happy about the winning team, except for one. So pretty much it's red team, blue team, and of course Joe saves the day. They're literally down like so much. I love him. So he pretty much brought the team back from losing, and my pussy was on fire. I mean, they came back from 15 to 25, but lost by 1 fucking point. So I know Joe was devastated. So he eventually got it. He eventually got invited back. Like, I was so freaking happy. The losing teammates were clearly irritated, child. They saw the favoritism that came from Michelle to Joe. So pretty much what Michelle had done was like, oh, we have a VIP, and Joe was the VIP. So eventually he got to go on to the second date, like the extra time date, like to the cocktail party. He got to go, but the other 4 teammates were like pissed. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, something ain't right. And it was clearly like showing favoritism to Joe. So naturally, the guys are talking about it. They're pissed, and they start saying like, you know, oh, she gave him MVP, and that's not right, and there's some sort of favoritism, and you know, clearly Jamie is bothered a lot more than the other gentleman. And Jamie decided to tell this story about how he has a friend in Minneapolis, and they had went out to dinner, and they saw Michelle leaving the bar with a tall, bald-headed dude. So they were like, he goes back to the table, and his girlfriends are like, oh, she's the new Bachelorette. So he had kind of like made up a rumor that men are messy. He made up a rumor pretty much saying that she was dating and she was already booed up before she came to the Bachelorette. So clearly this made Michelle so upset. So she decided to, you know, confront the men about it. So as he's confronting the men, the room is so quiet. So she's like, her exact words were, well, you all know what I'm talking about. I was the only one who didn't know, you know, that you guys knew what was going on. So this should not be a silent room right now. And clearly the room was very silent. So she said, you know what? Got it. I'm going to leave y'all right here. So she leaves. Co-hosts come and talk to her. While the co-hosts are talking to her, she's downloading the co-hosts about what's going on. And then on here on the other side, the gentlemen are sitting here quarreling because there were some men who did not know what was going on or what she was talking about, because Jamie was in this circle and he was only talking to a specific group of men. He tells Michelle that he doesn't care. Like, he literally sits on a private date with her before this goes off. Before she even addresses the men, he goes and tells her what's going on about this rumor that he started. Didn't even fess up that he started the rumor. And I'm like, didn't you guys just have a great rock climbing date? Like, what's going on, Jamie? You act like a fucking idiot. Clearly a liar. And he literally threw everybody under the bus, telling Michelle that he did not start the rumor. And of course, naturally, the gentlemen are like, who said it? Who said it? But of course, Jamie is going to save face, and he's not going to say a goddamn thing, okay? So it was, you know, a great episode. I will say I was very annoyed at the end because she gave annoying Peter the last rose. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I literally just wasted 2 hours. However, I will say that I was very, very happy to see my man Nate Baba today. He is so fine. So with that being said, Bachelorette comes on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. on ABC. When we come back, we're going to dig deep into this Lil Nas X versus Boosie drama. You don't want to miss it. Let's get into it. So Lil Nas X had went live on his Instagram account and he was talking to his followers, and everybody knows Lil Nas X is a troll. So pretty much what happened was Lil Nas X had said that he was doing a song with Boosie. Now Boosie had gotten to the video, of course, and Boosie responded this way, quote, "Stop trolling me, you F-bomb," because I don't say that word. LOL, double red exclamation emoji. "You a whole bitch playing with a gangster," shaking my head. "You can keep sucking dick and getting fucked in your ass, and peace. Hashtag you hate yourself. I would too if I was you, LOL. Nas X, if you hashtag off yourself." I'm not going to say the word, because of YouTube guidelines and all that good stuff. He pretty much said, if you was to off yourself, you would make this world a better place. Or you would do this world a huge favor, hand raised emoji. Then he goes, "Nobody wants you here." Boosie then tweeted again the following day, pretty much saying, quote, "If you think the whole world hates me, y'all tripping." He said, "I have international love and respect for how I am and what I stand for." Hands raised emoji. "And never forget, there's a ghetto in every city, state, country, etc." He said, "Who rock with Boosie for real?" End quote. Child. The story's a hot fucking mess. So, my initial response is Boosie is a fucking roach. Okay, you and Lil Nas X are not even in the same tier. Clearly, you are bothered that 22-year-old boy is making a lot more money than you are, and he's mainstream, being gay as fuck. I didn't ask you anything.
I didn't understand that.
I didn't ask you anything. Anyway, so with that being said, there's been a back and forth. So then, what I don't understand is motherfuckers like him, you spreading so much hate. We're all black people. We're all in the same community. And people like that, eventually he's going to gag one day because his son is going to be gay. But back to the story. His son is definitely going to turn out like a queen. So, the saddest part about what he said about his statement about, there's a ghetto in every city, country, and state is that he is absolutely correct. And in most ghettos, people are not educated enough on what gay people are, on how we are, or, trans lives and things like that. So, yeah, the ignorance, if that's what you want to hold on to, then do that in your own space. But you are definitely staining a whole area, you're staining a whole area. You're putting stains on the hood. And when was the last time you came out with any good music? Now the gag is Lil Nas X father came in and was pretty much shutting him down, and he had went on his IG live story, and this is what had said. This is what his father, Lil Nas X father, had said. And it was alleged that he was talking to Boosie, but we know he was talking to Boosie. So this is what he says, quote, "How the hell you a gangster rapping, promoting drugs, gun violence, degrading women, and getting high in every video talking about you're for the kids? Man, sit your old looking ass down. The game has passed you. We real bankhead over here. Not like the guy who claims it. Champions. I don't see any lies told." And then, T.I., of course, he, goes in and he literally, talks about his, low-income housing development that he's doing in Bankhead, which is great, but where was that 10 years ago when you were at your height, when you really had the money? We all know you're doing this because you want to look good in the public eye because of all of those allegations, and as we know from allegations with R. Kelly, they turn into charges. So we got our eye on you, T.I. We ain't forget about you, buddy. So also, Azealia Banks jumped in the arena, and y'all know Azealia is down for a good read. Azealia always got a good read. She's always gathering the girls, even though she's a little, they say the most intelligent people are the most cuckoo. So Azealia Banks got into it, and she definitely had a mouthful. She included Dave Chappelle. I'm not 100% sure why she included Dave Chappelle, because Dave Chappelle really doesn't have anything to do with Lil Nas X. You know, we all know he has that thing with his Netflix special and the trans lives and the, I'm not here to get into that. All I'm going to say is trans lives matter, honey. But with that being said, Azalea, she read him. And if you want to bear with me, I'll read exactly what she said because I'm sure a lot of you don't have the attention span to fucking read it. Oop. So, I just came for all of my subscribers. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all probably ain't even get this far in the video, but whatever. So, she says, it's high-key embarrassing. Dave Chappelle is also about 4 years late to the transphobia outrage attention grab. Also, little Boosie gets no extra street cred for antagonizing a young black kid for who he chooses to love. Little Nas X is not the catalyst for this generational debris left behind from centuries of psychological terrorism and the sexual exploitation of black men and women on the Southern plantation via forced slave breeding, buck-breaking bed-wenching. Little Nas X didn't invent the current model for the systematic oppression through food apartheid, anti-literacy laws, and the profit prison industrial complex. Little Nas X is not single-handedly responsible for your decision to consider these trappings real nigga shit as you continue to wear your trauma as an oppression, as you continue to wear your trauma and oppression as a badge of honor. You are so fucking bamboozled, it's ridiculous. The fact that you have the confidence to publicly suggest that he off himself for living a life free of all the things that we completely obliterated your ability to see yourself as anything other than a ward of the state is absolutely heartbreaking. She ate him up. She said, you are on your way to becoming a felon, dear, which means you cannot own a passport. You will never get to experience the beauty of traveling the world. You will never be able to vote. She says, there's a lot of corporate money invested in the clandestiny. I don't know how to pronounce that word, baby, but I'm going to learn. I was supposed to learn before I shot this anyway. So, and insidiously putting you and other black men in situations to trap you. It's the hip hop to prison pipeline. She says, this is how they make their money and keep you out of power. Please, I beg you, realize that you are walking right into their trap and Little Nas X is not your enemy. We, the culture, do not want to end in violence and incarceration. Please. Now, she's absolutely right, y'all. Like, I really agree with her because it's the truth. You know, you have to realize that even as a black gay person myself, I am not a part of the gay community as a whole, right? Because I'm black, right? Even though I'm a lighter tone, because I am black, a lot of these gay communities, they stand for the white gays. They don't stand for people like me. There's very much division in our community based on race. And when people understand that being black, there's always going to be something else. You understand? You're always going to be excluded from something, even if it's bigger, if you are black. Look at our freaking country right now. So I definitely agree with what she said. And you straight boys, you hood niggas, it's not looking good. You know, straight men are gagging. Like, you guys are gagging. Oh my God, today. And, you know, I just feel like these men are entirely too old to be messing with that young boy. Little Nas X is 22. He is 22 years old. These men are like 45. Like, it's giving creep. It's giving stalker. It's giving, I don't know how many straight men have the time to sit around and talk about gay things all day, especially if they're not gay. If you don't like something, you know, I've never known anybody to not like something but constantly talk about it. So with that being said, I'm gonna need all of you straights to calm down and stop gagging and pick your chin up because it's not looking good, okay? You are not men of men, okay? You are not. Like, half of you guys don't even know how to wash your ass correctly. So with that being said, this gay man, is not checking for any of you on a DL or of any of you that have a wife, kids, or who are not comfortable with thyself, okay? So with that being said, yeah, we'll be right back with the final thought. Hey everybody, we are back with the final thought. This was definitely a different experience today doing my own show by myself, calling it a talk show, you know, having guests and things like that. But this week I didn't get to secure any guests because I worked on getting the guests. Things just did not, you know, come out as planned. So with that being said, the show must go on. I am the star. So if you definitely like this video, if I made you smile, laugh, if you enjoyed the tea, make sure you like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please, please, and thank you. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. Also, next week, I will be returning for an all-new episode. But I want y'all to go down in the comments and let me know some topics that you want me to talk about. And with that being said, happy Halloween, everyone. Be safe. And remember, if you're wearing something skimpy, act like you ain't cold, because a hoe never gets cold. And baby, when you start freezing, when you start shivering, it don't look good. With that being said, until next time, bye.